Does Monday at the office feel like a storm? Not with Microsoft Copilot. That feeling when Copilot gets everyone up to speed instantly? It's sunny again. When Copilot simplifies complex data so your teams can act, that sun's shining on a beach. And when Copilot uncovers hidden insights, you're on that beach with your people, and you find buried treasure. That's Microsoft Copilot. Learn more at Microsoft.com/AI for all.
If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you, sir?
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
If you don't like what we tell you to believe in, we'll kill you.
All right, kids. Listen. Don't listen to this podcast.
Don't listen to this.
If you're not of age.
What's of age?
18.
So 16?
18. We're a bunch of dudes, and we're going to say some really bad words.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast.
Let's go.
This is like the X-Files.
Yeah, this is the unedited.
I know.
So I don't know about unedited. I'm sure.
Eric's
gonna
editing
clean
it
it up.
Clean him up. He's gonna
clean himself
He's
up.
gonna leave us looking like shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an idiot.
I mean, are you?
Well, you know. But at the beginning, I just want to say thank you guys. You keep the podcast going.
You're the lifeblood of this fucking organization.
Yeah, I really like doing this one for you guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so this one is going to be on the Black Knight satellite. So I'm sure you guys have seen, some stuff about it. There's lots of talk about it. So pretty much the Black Knight satellite conspiracy theory, it claims that there's a spacecraft or an extraterrestrial origin.
Okay.
That it's in near polar orbit of the Earth, and that NASA is covering up the fact that it exists.
And it happens to look triangular. Right?
It's a weird. It's not necessarily triangular. It's just it's like an odd. There's only one real picture of it, which I will get into.
Yeah.
But you should look it up. It looks fucking kind of weird. This looks weird.
Yeah.
So we have pictures of it.
There is a picture.
There are
of it.
pictures.
There's a picture of it.
Picture. Okay.
So regarding the Black Knight satellite, so the evidence, quote unquote, comes from an amalgamation of several events that have happened over the past couple hundred years. Well, not couple hundred, like 120 years ish.
Yeah.
Amalgamation?
I love
Amalgamation.
I love that word.
Yeah.
I don't know
Great
what
word.
that
It means like a combination of various things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amalgamated.
Like an amalgam is like a thing that is made up of many different things.
I knew that.
Amalgamated.
Yeah, like the human body is an amalgam of atoms and fucking shit.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a mixture.
All right, so I still don't understand, but that's fine.
I get it.
So it's something from various sources.
Combined.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the oldest, even though
Okay.
some of these older ones came into the mix after the fact. Like after they're like, oh well, what about this?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, a lot of it's like super speculative. It's like really really fringy.
Sounds like right up Eric's
Yeah. No,
alley.
I was waiting for
I mean, the word evidence is a really bad term for this. It's like it should not be. It should be a different word, like
amalgamation.
information. Yeah, like, the information they're using is this. So the oldest information they're using for this is in 1899, while working in his Colorado laboratory.
Oh, not kidding.
Nikola Tesla had perfected a highly sensitive wireless radio receiver and received a series of unexpected electrical signals. Tesla interpreted them as a series of numeric codes and believed them to come from, quote, highly intelligent beings, unquote, on Mars.
Tesla said this?
This is what Nikola Tesla said. And this is a quote. That's a quote from Nikola Tesla. So the theory now is that these signals came from the Black Knight satellite.
Gotcha.
And when I say satellite, a satellite is anything that's
Just
orbiting.
what we think of as satellite.
No, it's anything a satellite, anything orbiting the planet.
So it could be a rock.
Yeah, a rock is considered a satellite. It's anything that orbits the planet is
Could be a
considered
Tesla.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, sorry,
It
wrong
could be a
word because
Tesla.
we're using Nikola. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No, anything orbiting the planet is considered a satellite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we call them
So if
satellites.
there's a toilet, just
that's a satellite.
that's a satellite.
100%. Yes.
Okay.
But obviously, we think of satellite like, oh, it's like a direct TV.
Yeah.
Something sending signal
Yeah.
back.
Broadcasting.
Yeah,
Broadcasting,
we think it's got like panels.
like this,
thing,
fucking
yeah,
exactly. So then more came in 1927. There was a Norwegian engineer named Jorgen Hulls.
Love it.
So he made a discovery. He was conducting experiments in radio transmission. He picked up a series of signal echoes that came back 3 seconds after his transmissions had ended. These signals, which are called long-delayed echoes, have been observed since, but they don't really understand it is. So it's in essence, imagine you send a signal out, and then the same exact signal comes back like 3 seconds later.
Yeah.
So it's almost like an echo. It's like almost like a bounce back. Like it's bouncing back off of something. And so like, how the fuck? What is it bouncing, off of?
Yeah.
And this is in 1927, so there is nothing in that we know in space. Like we haven't gone up there. We don't know what the fuck's going on. I know. It's still kind of like I don't know, like a little suspect.
maybe.
I think the Earth's flat in 1927. Earth is flat.
Okay.
So then
3 seconds though.
3 seconds.
I wonder
Fast.
what's the speed of sound like.
Hey,
Would it even get there?
Give me 3 seconds.
1, 2, 3.
Well, you think
That's fast.
Yeah.
no? So the speed of sound, like you have to think like time to get out of the atmosphere, and then once it's in space, like a radio wave can go around the Earth in I think 7 times a second in space.
7 times per second.
Around Earth.
in space.
Yeah, in space, or more than that. It's like because it's the speed of light. So like radio waves travel speed of light in space. Which remember with this whole thing where I was wrong and blah blah blah. We're not gonna go back to that. Edit this out.
I love that part.
So
Wow, that's fast.
yeah, so there's that, and so they're like, okay, maybe it was fucking
So-
bouncing off this thing.
So I don't know if you know the answer to this, but how fast does sound travel normally? Because you could almost do a mathematical equation, right? If it came back to you in 3 seconds.
So speed of sound is 343 meters per second, which equates to like 1,000 meters per second, 767 miles per hour.
Okay, so
That's the
it
speed
went
of sound.
2,100 miles.
Yeah.
If we're using the basic concept
No,
of speed of sound.
no, but 2,100 miles within Earth.
Yeah,
But once
with
it gets
gravity.
no, but
Or-
the gravity doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Once it gets out of Earth, it's going the speed of light.
I see.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
So how far up is the atmosphere?
6,214 miles above.
6,000.
6,000 miles. So let's just say 6,000.
Yeah.
So then we established that it's 700 miles per hour.
The speed of sound.
Yeah, so it didn't even make it out of the atmosphere.
In 3 seconds. That's what
3
I'm saying.
seconds.
So 3 seconds later, he hears
Because it made it
echo.
2,100, right? Or 27 times 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
2,100. 2,100 miles.
Yeah. So what the fuck are they talking about?
So it made it up a third of the atmosphere.
Oh no, but
So that's
radio waves are
Faster?
No, because they're electromagnetic here.
Damn, I thought we debunked it.
I know,
there.
right?
I was like, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
because
boy.
because radio waves aren't sound. Radio waves travel the speed of light because it's in the light spectrum. Because it's actually in the electromagnetic. It's in the wave.
I'm just trying to figure out how far did it go?
No, so
Right?
So since all radio waves travel the speed of light. It's 300 million meters per second squared.
So it can definitely get there in 3 seconds.
It can get there in like
Well,
a
I'm
fucking.
just trying to understand where it went. I'm not saying it didn't go anywhere. I'm just saying it. Maybe it went to Saturn.
No,
and back.
It went.
I don't know.
It went
you know?
900 million meters.
in 3
Meters?
in 3 seconds.
3 seconds. So it's the speed of light is 300 million meters per second squared.
Wow.
No, my bad. 300 is 300 million meters per second.
Yeah. A fucking shit ton
So Pluto.
away. Yeah.
Pluto.
Yeah, no, not that.
Made it. No.
Anyways, so
I'm just wondering how far from Earth did it go
That's
to
true.
bounce back, right?
Yeah,
I
but
guess
also the
it's a
thing is
simple-
like it could have been. Imagine a thing receives the radio waves and like, oh, let's send it back. The same thing comes back. They're like, oh, fucking here.
I see. So what you're saying is,
So it got it in a second.
If there's a receipt point
Yeah, they maybe
of the black satellite,
yeah, then that thing sends it back to be like,
right.
oh, hey, that's speculative. As I say, I told you a lot of this shit's hella speculative.
Okay, good. Okay,
Hella speculative.
I'm glad we got down to the bottom of that.
So then, in 1954, the New York Times published a claim by UFO researcher Donald Kehoe that a Pentagon source had confirmed the existence of 2 natural satellites orbiting Earth. The Army Office of Ordnance Research had enlisted a team of astronomers to search for near-Earth satellites, but the leaders of the project denied ever having discovered any.
Okay.
Pretty much they're like, oh, there's some natural satellites up there. And they're like, no, there's not. Nah, nothing to see here. Earth's flat. Fuck off. So then, regarding this 1954 article, obviously conspiracists pretty much take the article and the denial of there being any natural satellites as evidence that the Black Knight satellite exists. So pretty much, and the fact that they're saying no, they're like, oh yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
100%. Like me, I'm like, okay.
Like it's always contrarian when it comes to the government. Whatever they just
It's 100%. They're lying. They're always lying at all times.
Yeah.
So then in 1957, the launch of an actual satellite from Earth so in 1957 it was Russia, and then 58 it was the US. This muddied the water a little bit, now that there's real satellites that we've put it there.
Right.
So people are like, meh. So then the U.S. Navy picked up a quote-unquote dark tumbling object on radar on February 11th, 1960. So the Defense Department alleged it was just space debris from an Air Force Discoverer satellite. So this is from an Air Force satellite. They're like, it's just debris.
Yeah, like the hood fell off.
Like the gas can.
It's just floating around now. Yeah.
So declassified Pentagon papers later revealed that was a lie, and that the object was in fact an American reconnaissance satellite launched to spy on Russia.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so
that makes sense. Right?
We figured that one out. That one's like check.
Okay.
That and like a balloon that they sent over like spy on Russia.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So then the following year, there was a famed ufologist named Jacques Vallée. It's Jacques. Really? Because it's French Jacques Vallée.
It's probably Canadian French.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So he claimed that he had recorded footage of a UFO that was in retrograde orbit. Retrograde meaning it is like it's staying in orbit. It's not coming down.
Okay.
Yeah. Around Earth's rotation. So apparently it was ominously confiscated, furthering charges that NASA was hiding something.
Yeah.
So they're saying that he's like, oh, dude, I have this footage, and that it was taken.
Yeah.
Super speculative.
Yeah.
sketchy.
Yeah.
Sounds like more recon.
Like
more
who it was like a shooting star. He's like fucking satellites.
Yeah.
Like fucking motherfuckers. So then in 1973, a science fiction writer named Duncan Lunan, he originated a theory that united all of these events into one concurrent story, which is the Black Knight satellite. And that's where this theory came from.
Yeah.
So
can I clarify something?
Yes.
Is it night?
Night, the K.
With a K?
It's with the K.
With a K.
With the K.
Okay, is there a reason why it's a
I have fucking no idea why you call it that.
Sword of the Nights compared to the night sky? Or
That's a good question.
Dude, I honestly don't know the answer to that
no
question.
problem.
I couldn't find why they named it that, but that's why it's called.
Let's see if I can find it.
So in his theory, he said that this was a 13,000-year-old UFO orbiting the Earth, and pretty much it was to blame for bizarre sightings and signals, bizarre sightings, weird signals coming.
Basically.
So he even claimed that he decoded them. He decoded a message, and that there were instructions from an alien race on a double star named Epsilon Bootis.
Okay.
So he went super deep.
Yeah.
So then
named it.
The thing that I think makes it even more sketchy is that he later withdrew his fantastical claim, and then he stated that he wanted nothing to do with the quote unquote Black Knight satellite nonsense. So he literally creates it and he's like, nonsense.
Weird.
I thought that was a little sketchy. I was like, why would he be, or he'd be like, oh, I lied.
Yeah.
Instead of nonsense, bullshit, idiots. How could you ever believe this?
I was super high. I was high that night. My girlfriend broke up with me and I was really depressed.
Weirdly, it's like LSD was created in 1974. Whoa, fancy this. According to NASA, they actually have a reasonable explanation for this.
Okay. NASA came out with
So no, the explanation for the photo, because the photo got released. And so NASA had a perfectly reasonable explanation for the photo that is believed to depict the Black Knight satellite. So if you haven't seen the photo, you should
on
check it out.
Patreon, we're going to put this
Yeah,
up.
we'll definitely put the photo up. I was going to print it out, but I was like, why? With phones, with like HD. In 1998, the International Space Station was under construction, and NASA sent the first space shuttle from them, which is called Mission STS-88, to help build it.
Okay.
So that shuttle brought along a bunch of equipment, including 4 thermal blanket covers meant to insulate the station's trunnion pins. I don't know what that is, but there's a station, got them.
Okay.
So one of these blankets came loose during a spacewalk and floated off. There's no wind in space, but you get it.
It actually helped me.
Visual, verbal aid. Yeah. This is a quote from the mission. Jerry, one of the thermal covers got away from you. And this is from Commander Robert Cabana, and he radioed this to astronaut Jerry Ross. So there's a bunch of photos of it, different angles and stuff, but there's one that's like the best one that is always used. They pretty much took photos of what what they call the thermal covering silhouette, like a silhouette of this thermal covering. Okay. And this is what they're claiming is the picture. So it was a shadowy, mysterious object floating in outer space above the planet. They actually dubbed the object 025570.
Nice.
And they say that it fell from orbit later and burned up.
Okay.
So, and this is a quote, I believe this is from Commander Robert Cabana. Before leaving NASA, I led the trajectory design team that produced the mission profile. Every step of the way, there is consistency with what I learned as a lifelong spaceflight operations specialist, why the blankets were needed, why one of them came loose, why it floated off the way it did. The difference is, for the general public, all these features are unearthly to folks who are only familiar with Earthside principles of heating, working, motion, and dozens of other never-before-encountered in history aspects of outer space. So pretty much he's trying to claim like, this is why it looks like this, and you know, if it was like a fucking blanket, but it looked all like
it's like debris that just burned up as an accident.
You're showing him a picture?
The Black Knight.
So
I don't get why they call it Knight with a K.
Yeah, but see, does that look how does a blanket make that shape?
I know, right? It doesn't really make sense.
It's an awkward ass shape. It's like a weird ass shape.
Although we don't know what things do in space. I don't.
I've seen a lot of movies, bro.
Yeah, but like what you were saying, there's no wind up there, so it's like, why wouldn't it just be like straight? This looks a little.
And no, it's like it looks like a thing.
It looks like a shard of aluminum.
It looks like a thing
or something.
So now the only data that we obviously have, especially when it comes to space, is from NASA. Like there's no other it's not Fox News and like CNN and then like ABC News. We don't have like other outlets. There's like one outlet that is all we're getting the data from.
Right.
So all we have to know is that they're saying that they took this photo. This photo is from that ship.
Yeah.
And they said that it fell in the atmosphere and burned up. Mm-hmm. Now, I have my own theory on it.
Go
ahead.
I think that it's the potentiality that it is a satellite, but I think it's a satellite from Earth, just from the past.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Shipping can make or break a sale, so optimize how you ship your orders with ShipStation. They make it easy to automate and manage orders no matter how big your business grows. And they might even be able to help reduce shipping and warehouse costs. So optimize and keep up your momentum for growth with ShipStation. Sign up for your free 60-day trial now at ShipStation.com and use the code POD. That's ShipStation.com with the code POD.
So from the U.S., the Russia?
No. He's talking ancient.
Like ancient past. Like before.
He's saying.
Before, like,
here, I'm going to
put
his thoughts into the words.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
He's talking about an ancient civilization that had the technology that was lost to us now, and we don't even know about it, but they had satellites back then.
Oh, for sure. That's what I think.
And it's just a leftover.
Yeah, and I think it's just like a leftover piece of that lost technology.
Nah, I don't know. Here's what I think.
I don't know.
I like where you're going, though. I like where you're going, though. I'm going to be honest with him. I like where he's going.
But
anyways,
I'm more out there than Sean, and I think that because there's some theories out there that it's alien, and and it's put there to watch us, and it's been there forever, right? And it's just kind of like observing civilization.
I see. So you're thinking it's a external civilization.
External civilization. It's put there Earth. To observe. It's almost like your fucking Ring camera or your, it's just like a camera, looking down.
How much can that little thing observe? He's like, I'm looking at Kansas, and that's it.
Hey.
And then it floats over and is like, I'm gonna check you out. It just seems a little small scale.
But we don't know the technology. I mean, if they were able to travel the universe, we don't know how to do that.
I know, right?
Travel the universe, set it there to observe.
Yeah. It's like a bomb. Like you get too advanced, we're gonna drop this fucker.
Not only that, they're just observing because maybe they're coming back.
But we also look at it in human life is 80 years, 90 years.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
So if they're looking at it from, say they lived...
I was like, what? I thought you meant like... Meaning
we've
only been here for 80 years?
No. Meaning a human lifespan is 80, 90 years. Yeah. But if they could live thousands of years, then they place something there for a longer period of time.
Yeah, and I'm not saying there's fucking somebody in there.
He's like, when is my shift over?
What am I looking at?
Frederick reporting for year 1012.
That's like time card. Like,
anybody there?
Overtime better be good for this shit.
These humans just jerk off all day.
Again, Bob. Again.
Bob.
Okay, so what do you think it is?
Yeah,
that's what you think it is?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think it is. It was from...
Really?
Yes, I do. Yes. I like that theory.
All right.
Eric's like, it's a blanket.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Blanket. Based on what I'm hearing.
I mean, the evidence is...
So you never heard of this one before?
I've never heard of this ever in my entire life. Yeah.
There's a whole documentary on it.
Really?
There is. There actually is. Yeah.
Oh, I'll watch it.
And there's a guy that gets on there and just kind of goes over what I was talking about. Yeah. And I don't know. Watch it. I'm like,
is it the guy with the big hair and his name's like just
not the ancient alien guy?
Yeah.
I wish it was. I'd be like, I'm in.
This guy's some older black guy with like some white beard and.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's oh my god.
I don't remember his name, but
gotcha.
That was the main guy in the documentary.
Yeah. Okay, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, it's a different guy. He's God, 1 second, I'll find his name. Billy Carson.
Okay.
And who is he? Anybody besides doing a documentary on the Black Knight?
No.
By the way, the Black Knight, I looked it up. Why it's called that?
Night.
Kind of, yeah. It just kind of goes back to his history when the knights would dress in black and it was just like mysterious.
So it
and
just looked that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's just kind of like the mystery behind it.
Yeah. Okay. No,
just so you know, so Billy Carson, he's like
Billy Carson. Okay.
Yeah, he's a dude who like he pretty much goes into ancient civilizations and aliens, and he has like shows and stuff, and he goes on. He actually is on reputable podcasts and like shit that have like hella followers. So he apparently he has a certificate of science with an emphasis on neuroscience at MIT, and has a certificate in ancient civilization from Harvard.
Okay.
So,
I mean, he's got some education.
I don't know what a certificate. I don't know what a certificate means, but like he
did it online.
A certificate.
Yeah, he did it online.
Certificate.
Yeah,
certificate.
No, I think they go into.
He's got more diplomas than we do.
I think they go into that. That there was aliens that visited us, this planet before, many years ago, and then they left, this fucking Black Knight satellite to kind of keep an eye out.
I mean, Billy Carson has 1.4 million followers on Instagram.
Holy
he's
shit!
Clearly doing something that we're not doing.
Holy shit!
What happened to YouTube? What happened to YouTube?
Those are all conspiracy theories. We got to get him to follow us.
500,000 subscribers on fucking YouTube.
Billy, give us a shout out.
Billy. I'm gonna email his publicist. He's gonna have him share this shit.
Right on. I mean, my initial thought is that it was a space station that had a repair gone wrong, and then it just floated out.
So how do you? So what do you think? What are your thoughts about the Tesla Echo?
Oh, that they sent out a car.
No, it was the Jorgen guy. That dude got the Echo.
Oh, Nikolai?
No, Jorgen Hall's got the Echo. Nikolai got like a signal.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Could have been an asteroid.
Yeah.
Could have been floating debris, like we had said. Could have been
sending back the same transmission he sent out.
No,
but see, like the thing is, like they think
sounds more like faulty equipment.
There's things like, well, the thing is, like they still can't. They don't. No one really knows how, because it's happened before.
Yeah,
it's not. Isn't the only guy that's happened to, but they don't know what causes it. They just don't know.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't know why it comes back. We don't understand.
I just want to hear Eric's.
Yeah. Well, I'll watch the documentary and we'll see if maybe we can do a follow up and I'll see if there's more.
Yeah, it just there's not enough. It's unfortunate that it's like
it's interesting.
There's no one else can really look into it. It's not like we can just like take a prop plane up there and like fly check it out.
Yeah,
but what do you think of the theory that I know that you think that we've only been visited 4 times?
4.
Yeah. Eric.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So
it's actually a very logical statement. I don't know why I get so much shit for it.
Because it's the most illogical.
It makes so much sense.
You might as well just say 0.
Yeah, but let's just
say 0. Like
in theory,
that
they came here before and they left a satellite to observe.
Sure.
What do you think about that?
I think that's possible.
Yeah,
it could be a possibility.
Yeah, that's why they only. That's only did 4 times. Like, why didn't we go back? We had the
I know,
satellite.
right? But that's why they never came back,
bro.
But here's the only thing. There's many things wrong with it, which is we have a lot of technology now, and we could track it. We could see it now. Not only that, but we could see it for the last 40 years.
But who's we?
Even.
But just because NASA says no, the government says no, there's nothing there.
Even non-governmental, even like citizens, basic citizens have telescopes that are powerful enough to see all of that.
No, true. But like you can't track the trajectory of this thing. It's like
I know, but we're always watching the sky.
Some amateur guys looking at
but here's another weird. Here's another weird aspect to it.
But you realize,
and then they talk about this in the documentary. It doesn't move. Like it just stays in the same.
No
way.
Really.
At least that's what they fucking go over. I don't know, but
assuming
that's
something's
true,
in orbit, it has to move.
Yeah.
No,
it's in orbit.
No,
it's orbiting.
I don't know. That's what they talk about.
It says it's in fucking near polar orbit.
Okay, I will say this.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you
your
this.
notes.
Hey,
shut the fuck up.
I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this.
Give it to me, damn it! You said I'm going to give you this like 6 times.
I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this. If I was a foreign civilization that was more advanced, and I was watching this planet, and I had some sort of vested interest in the planet, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I would maybe have an outpost.
Maybe leave a ring camera.
I maybe would keep an eye.
Right. Just kind of makes sense that at least there's a possibility.
There's a possibility.
In Eric's mind, that's a lot.
I want to say there's a possibility.
I'm actually going to just go with Eric's theory because the fact that he's even saying a theory.
There's a possibility.
Eric's probably right.
It's pretty far-fetched, but
I just think that the information backing it sucks.
I know,
and it just sucks that it's not as simple as like, oh, well, there's 17 outlets that have all the same, it's super hyper advanced equipment and all this, and have satellites and have the ISS and have like all this shit that can literally track it and like,
Frankly,
why would you hear of it? Why would you hear of it? They didn't even tell us about aliens until 2022.
Who's they?
The Pentagon.
No.
Well,
what do you mean no?
That's true. No, they did. They literally denied the fact that aliens existed. And they're like,
no.
Well, maybe they do exist.
Yes,
Here's my problem with it. You give these guys so much credit.
They lied for years, and now in 2022 they're admitting to it.
Dude, no, literally, the government.
You give them too much
Eric,
credit.
you have to.
They're stupider than you think.
But Eric, you have to admit.
Well, okay, fine.
Eric, admit this. The government knew that there were.
We're only halfway through the night, and I'm boiling.
Eric, just listen to me, because this is a fact. You can't deny this fact that the U.S. government knew that there were unidentified flying objects that weren't theirs or weren't like other things that they could identify. And they knew about it, and they lied. And then recently they were like, "Well, there are, and here's all the info we have."
Yeah,
is that not true?
But their info's not a lot.
I mean,
so it doesn't matter.
It's enough They're admitting.
They just don't want to like.
Well, they're admitting
They're
it.
not going to be like,
Also,
hey,
who's it going to be?
They're not going to be like, hey,
They're
this
like,
is
hey,
what we have in Area 51.
Hey, Johnny,
This is what-
you're going to be the guy who tells America that we lied. There's no one person.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
No,
but
but-
what about it? Like
There's no
one
dictator
person that denied
Well, he
it.
said they. He didn't say him.
It's not like George W. Bush is like, just don't tell them.
No, but no one.
Don't tell them.
But Eric, who was saying? No one said a singular person. He
Right.
said they,
Which would
they
make
is
it
a
even
plural.
worse,
They
by
is
the
a
way.
plural.
But
they is
More
plural.
than one person knew.
Eric, they.
Yeah.
The government identifies as they.
Exactly.
I don't know what to say.
Because we got you.
Yeah, fucking got
me good. Got me
Got
good.
him.
Surprise!
Got
surprise!
him. Surprise.
Surprise!
I can't wait till we do the pyramids. I really need to.
God.
I think we need to take a month off and focus on it.
Yeah, like
And just
17 episodes,
and be like, no, it's just one long 4-hour
It's just
episode.
no. It's
I
gotta
like
be.
that.
It's gotta be.
I
more.
like
Fucking
that.
forever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're just going.
I'm never gonna do one 4-hour episode now. I'm gonna do. I'll do 4 1-hour episodes.
No.
All right.
We're all
Well,
wrapped up.
Black Knight. You tell us what you think. It's stupid, but whatever. Fucking nighty night. Hey guys, it's us again. You ever heard of Patreon? Because we just started one. Exclusive content, Discord, which I'm still figuring out. But but we get to talk.
You can suggest new episodes or just let us know something that we already talked about and you want to get in on the conversation. We're there for you.
We're also coming out with shirts and other merch.
There are 2 ways you can sign up for exclusive content. The first is through Spotify. There's a link in our profile description that links you to the Spotify premium page. And that's only $2.99 a month. And it gets you an ad-free experience and it gets you extra episodes that come out every month. The other way is through our Patreon. All you got to do is go to Patreon and search The Conspiracy Podcast and you'll find us. There are many different levels there, all giving different amounts of content.
Yeah, because guys, this really does help us. We do this virtually for free. So help us help you enjoy yourselves.